Welcome to Tales That Inspire Lives. Every great journey begins with a single step, or in the case of Georgie, a very wobbly hop. We all have streams in our lives, goals that feel just out of reach, or milestones that others seem to cross with ease while we're left standing on the muddy bank. Today's story is for anyone who has ever felt like they were falling behind. It is a story about a puppy named Georgie, a leap of faith and the hidden wisdom found in the seasons of not yet. Georgie, a Great Dane puppy, was a chaotic bundle of energy. He was mostly made of velvet ears, a tail that acted like a windshield wiper, and paws that he hadn't quite learned how to drive yet. But there was one thing that puzzled him to no end: the stream at the edge of the woods. Every day at lunchtime, Georgie's older brothers would race to the water's edge. They weren't fully grown yet, but they had reached that lanky, athletic stage where their legs acted like coiled springs. One by one, they would stretch their legs and sail across the water, landing gracefully on the mossy bank of the other side. On many occasions, Georgie tried to follow. He would huff, puff, and sprint with everything he had, only to land in the very center of the stream with a giant wet splash. Whenever he crawled out, shivering with his head hanging low, his mother would walk over. She would lick the cold water from his nose and say softly, "Don't worry, Georgie. I know you want to jump like your brothers, but maybe it's just a little too soon. Your time is coming. You just have to keep growing." Georgie felt the sting of disappointment, but he trusted his mother's wisdom. For days, he kept trying, and for days, he kept landing in the water. He became the soggy puppy of the family. But remarkably, he didn't lose faith. He began to see the splashes not as failures, but as practice. One afternoon, Georgie sat by the bank and did something he hadn't done before. He stopped trying to jump and started trying to understand. He watched his brother's legs, long, lean, and powerful. Then he looked down at his own paws. They were huge, but his legs were still a wee bit shorter than theirs. "That's the reason," he barked, his eyes widening. "I haven't failed at all. I just haven't grown to their size yet. The stream isn't too wide. I'm just in my construction phase." This discovery changed everything. Georgie skipped back to the house with a heart full of excitement. He knew the growth was happening deep inside his bones, even if he couldn't see it in the mirror yet. 2 weeks later, Georgie woke up at sunrise. The air felt different, crisp and full of possibility. "There's something different about me today," he whispered. "I think today is my day to do something amazing." He didn't wait for his brothers. He ran down to the stream, his heart thumping like a drum. He didn't hesitate. He didn't overthink. He took a deep breath, found his stride, and leaped. He landed squarely on the other side. His paws were dry. His heart was soaring. "I did it! I did it, Mom!" he screamed with joy. His mother had stepped outside just in time to see his feet touch the grass. Georgie was filled with pride, not just because he had crossed the water, but because he had persevered through the weeks of being the puppy who splashed. He realized that the wait had made the victory so much sweeter. Georgie's story is a mirror for our own lives. We live in a world that demands instant jumps. We see people on social media crossing their own streams, landing the dream job, finding the perfect partner, or achieving total fitness, and we wonder why we're still landing in the water with a splash. We often feel cheated because our lives aren't at the same stage as someone else's. But remember, comparison is the thief of joy. Like Georgie, you might just be in a construction phase. Your legs are growing, your skills are sharpening, your character is being built in the seasons where you don't make the jump. If Georgie had given up the first time he got wet, he never would have experienced the triumph of that sunrise leap. Hard work produces results, but patience produces peace. One of the shortest routes to where you want to go is to be happy with where you are today. Gratitude isn't just a nice feeling, it's a strategy. When you are grateful for the small splashes, you build the resilience needed for the big jumps. Be at peace with your circumstances today, knowing that your growth spurts often happen when you aren't even looking. As we close today's journey, I want you to take a moment to reflect on your own stream. Consider these questions. When have you felt like giving up because you were unable to achieve a goal by a certain age or time? Looking back, can you see how that delay was actually helping you grow? How can you ensure that you are grateful for life's small blessings today, even if the big jump hasn't happened yet? Why is it important to seek advice from friends and family during your splashing seasons? Who is the person in your life who, like Georgie's mother, reminds you to keep going? And finally, in what area of your life are you comparing your Chapter 1 to someone else's Chapter 20? How would your day change if you stopped looking at their legs and started focusing on your own path? Your time is coming. Keep moving forward, keep growing, and keep believing in the amazing that is waiting for you at sunrise. If this story inspired you today, please give it a like and subscribe to Tales That Inspire Lives. Share this with someone who might be feeling a little soggy today to remind them that they are just in their growing phase. Until next time, keep seeking the wisdom that moves you forward.